Good morning, friends. Myself, Ankush Gupta, here at the Gate Coach, and with me we have Bhushan Soni, sir. And today we are going to discuss the preparation tips for the interviews after GATE exam. As you know, in couple of days your GATE result will be out, and after that you will know what is your rank, what is your GATE score, and then everyone will think that what next, what we can do after this GATE score, what we can do with this GATE rank and everything. So they are interviews, and here we are going to discuss some of the important preparation tips which can help you to perform better in your interviews. So first thing which all of you should know that their interview you have, there are two types of interview you people are going to face. One, the people with the very good GATE score, or you can say GATE rank up to 200, 300 are going to qualify and they will be eligible for the PSU's interview, public sector undertaking, and where you will be having the interviews like from the GAIL, IOCL, ONGC, NFL, RCFL, etc. Okay, the PSUs. And the next category is the core technical interviews, where you are going to give your interviews in various IITs for MTechs, for PhD or other government colleges, plus for the post of scientist in the organizations like BARC, NPCIL, EIL, DRDO and ISRO, etc. So what is the common thing between these interviews that you should know? Sorry. First thing is, in PSU interview they ask you your 2 to 3 favorite subjects. While in core technical interviews, in IITs they settle on 2 to 3 subjects only, but in all these organizations they ask you about minimum 4 to 5 your favorite and strong subject. Okay, and the subjects which we prepare for the GATE exam, like chemical reaction engineering, thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, heat transfer, mass transfer, process dynamics control. Okay, these are the 6 common subjects. Other than that, you can also go for polymer science, petroleum refining engineering, or material science. Okay, so out of these total 9 subjects, you have to choose your 4 to 5 or 2 to 3 subjects depending on the interviews. Okay, so it would be good if you choose some common subjects. Like if I talk about which subjects we have to choose. So we will not talk about this part. We will talk about this part first, because for most of you the main priority is PSUs. Okay, so first we will talk about here. So in PSU's interview, when you have to choose the subjects, so choose the subjects according to your job profile, the working culture in that organization, in that PSU they have. Like if I talk about most these GAIL, IOCL, HPCL, BPCL, ONGC, these petroleum sector related industries. So there the subjects which can help you in your job will be like fluid mechanics, mass transfer and heat transfer. These are the 3 subjects. Other than that, you can also add on process dynamics and control if you are comfortable with that. Okay, so these are the 4 subjects out of which you can choose any 2 or 3, and those subjects will also work in these core technical interviews. Now, in this is the first part of our interview preparation tips video series, and the second part will also be there, which will be there after the Holi. So wish you all a very happy Holi in advance. Okay. Now if I talk about these subjects, so other than these subjects, 2 more things are required from your side. One is your BTech project, plus your industrial internship, wherever you have done. Okay, so from these 2 subjects topics, they are going to ask most of the questions generally. Why? Because the people who are there in IITs, in these organizations or in PSUs, they know in BTech how much you study, and plus the things you study in BTech, that theoretical knowledge, the bookish knowledge, also will not going to help you in your job profile or in your research work, because everywhere you have to learn an extra thing, a new thing, which they will provide you the training or the course. Okay, for that. So the practical knowledge is important in interviews. And how we get to know about the practical knowledge and everything? From our projects, from our internship, which we have done. Okay. In projects and internship, they can ask you the questions like, what is the objective of your project, the title, okay, or the processes involved in those things. Like if your project is related to manufacturing of some component or a product, so they can ask you which process you used in your project, and what are the other processes, and what was the advantage of your processes which you have chosen over the other processes. Plus, if any equipment is there, the designing of those equipments, working principle, material balance, energy balance related things. So these are the questions they can ask. Okay, and obviously the future scope, future aspect of your project, where you have any future scope or not. Okay, in internship as well, where you have performed your internship, where what was the reason you chosen that particular company for internship, what was the title of your internship project, okay, and what were the equipments you have seen there, the material balance, energy balance things, the other aspects like raw material products, what are the products in that industry, what are the raw material, from where they purchase the raw material, what are the source of those raw materials, these type of questions. And obviously the working principle and future aspect of your project in training. Okay, so all those things they ask. And in the subjects, other than that, if I talk about the PSU interview, one more question you have to prepare about the company profile. What do you know about this company? Why you want to join this company? Why you want to join IOCL over ONGC? These type of questions. Or why you want to go do a job in RPSU? While you have a good rank, you can go for IITs, for MTech. This type of question they can ask, and every of such question have one answer that is related to company profile. Like you have to answer why you want to join this particular company, what is the reason, and the facts you have to speak. Not the things like this is a Maharatna company, Navratna company, this was the oldest company, biggest turnover. All these things are the bullshit. Okay, because everyone speaks about them. In interviews, you have to show them that why you are interested, and why you are interested, because in that particular company you will learn so many things which can help you to grow, as well as in the growth of the company. Like if I talk about ONGC, why you want to join ONGC? So you can answer like ONGC is a big company, everyone knows that. Then you will also answer like this? No. You will answer in ONGC, other than the core work, that upstream work, we also have the options to grow ourselves in sports, in cultural activities, in social activities. Plus, ONGC is not only depends on the crude oil and everything, all these things, the core work, companies expanding in other sectors as well, like renewable energy sources and other projects, whatever you have, you can answer. Okay, you know about them, you can answer. So that's how you have to answer about the company profile, or for all these questions, like why you want to join. Your answer should show them that yes, you are interested. That's why you know so many things about the company. You know about the ongoing projects of the company. You know about the past projects of the company. You know about the social welfare projects of the company. All those things. Okay. And if I talk about the subjects, so in the subjects there are many things. You should know all the answers. But in interview, by chance, if you don't know the answer of any question, that's okay. Don't try to make a circle around it. Don't try to make a story. Just simply say, no, sorry sir, I don't know the answer. It will save your time as well as their time. And in that time which you have saved, they can ask you another question. It is possible that you know the answer of that new question. Okay, so it is always better to speak the truth. Not like the Raju Rastogi. सर कि मैं PSU क्यों ज्वाइन करना चाह रहा हूँ, क्योंकि वहाँ पे सैलरी अच्छी है, सरकारी नौकरी है, इसलिए ये तो उन्हें भी पता है। एमटेक क्यों कर रहे हो? सर पीएसयू नहीं मिला इसलिए मैं एमटेक कर रहा हूँ। इतना सच नहीं बोलना है, सच बस इतना बोलना है कि लगना चाहिए कि why you want to join that company. Okay. Now if I talk about the subjects, what are the points? See, for the subjects, like if I talk about fluid mechanics, Bhushan sir will tell you the details about the fluid mechanics, the important topics which you must have to do. You have to do, must, they are must. And the books you can refer is like the Sanger and McCabe. In heat transfer as well, Bhushan sir will tell you the topics and story. And the book you can refer for the interview preparation is Sanger and McCabe. Otherwise, you can also go for the JP Hallman. Okay. If your favorite subject is mass transfer, then in mass transfer you can refer Chinkopoulos and Cedar, Separation Process Principle by Cedar. That is one very good book. For thermodynamics, you can refer Sengen for basic thermodynamics part, plus Van Smith for the solution thermodynamics part. These are the books you can refer. For the PDC, if any one of you have good command on this subject, you can go for Kufner or Stephanopoulos. So these are some good reference books you can have for the preparation of interviews. Why? Because in GATE exam, the preparation level was like we have to solve the numerical, we have to answer the question. That's it. No one were asking why. But in interviews, they are going to ask you why. And they are also going to ask you how you can relate these concepts with your daily life. ठीक है, मैं फ्रीजर से अगर मैं आइस को बाहर निकालता हूँ तो आइस मेल्ट नहीं होता, डायरेक्टली सब्लिमेट हो जाता है some part of that ice. Why? So you have to relate these things. Okay, अगर मैं अपने रूम में एसी और रेफ्रिजरेटर का डोर दोनों ओपन छोड़ दूं तब क्या होगा? रूम का टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज होगा या डिक्रीज होगा? इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन आपको क्लियर होने चाहिए. ठीक है, तो ये आप तभी बता पाओगे जब आपको कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर होगा और आप उस कॉन्सेप्ट को डेली लाइफ से रिलेट कर पाओगे. तो इस तरह के क्वेश्चन वो पूछते हैं. और इंटरव्यू में गाइस कभी भी कोई डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछता, हमेशा इजी क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं, बिल्कुल बेसिकली इजी क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट दीज इंटरव्यूज, बार कैन बी सी फॉर द पोस्ट ऑफ साइंटिस्ट और आईआईटी, बेसिक से स्टार्ट करते करते डिफिकल्ट नहीं, थोड़े कॉन्सेप्चुअल टॉपिक्स पर वो पहुंचते हैं. इस तरह से आपका ग्राफ डिफिकल्टी लेवल का बढ़ता है इंटरव्यू में. पीएसयू में आपका लक है, वो कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं. टेक्निकल के नाम पे 2 या 3 क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं मैक्सिमम. ठीक है, अदरवाइज एचआर टाइप क्वेश्चन होते हैं या स्टोरी होती है, बिकॉज इंटरव्यू की इतनी वेटेज नहीं होती, वहां होती है बट मेन वेटेज गेट स्कोर की होती है. यहाँ पे इंटरव्यूज की वेटेज सबसे ज्यादा होती है, इक्वल और इंटरव्यू वेटेज. Okay. Now, if I talk about the mass transfer here, so in mass transfer, the things you must have know, okay, before going in the interviews. If you are saying mass transfer is my favorite subject, distillation, obviously everything about the distillation, the reflux ratio, boil up ratio, the working principle of distillation, okay, and the designing methods. One is McCabe method and second one is Onsen-Saverat method. Other than that, if you can work on the distillation sequencing method as well, तो वो भी आपको क्लियर होना चाहिए. क्योंकि गेल में इस तरह के क्वेश्चन बहुत ज़्यादा पूछे जाते हैं कि अगर मेरे पास मल्टी कंपोनेंट मिक्सचर है तो मुझे कितने डिस्टिलेशन कॉलम यूज करने होंगे टू गेट द प्योर कंपोनेंट्स टू सेपरेट द मिक्सचर. ओके, इसके अलावा आपको कूलिंग टावर के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. और जब हम कूलिंग टावर्स की बात करते हैं तो टाइप्स ऑफ कूलिंग टावर, उनका वर्किंग प्रिंसिपल, उनका ऑपरेटिंग प्रिंसिपल क्या है, प्लस इसमें आपके कौन से टॉपिक कवर हो जाते हैं, ह्यूमिडिफिकेशन एंड डिह्यूमिडिफिकेशन, एंड ड्राइंग। ठीक है, ये वो पार्ट है जो आपको क्लियर होना चाहिए। अगर आप साइंटिस्ट पोस्ट के इंटरव्यू के लिए जा रहे हो तो आपको इसमें गैस एब्जॉर्प्शन भी क्लियर होना चाहिए, जिसमें आपके पास HTU NTU मेथड ये सब आ जाते हैं। ठीक है, what is HTU NTU, all these things, what are the humidification, drying, dehumidification, McCabe मेथड, मोस्ट ऑफ द मेथड्स पे हमने ऑलरेडी हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल पे वीडियोस अवेलेबल हैं रिगार्डिंग द इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन, हाउ यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर फॉर द इंटरव्यू फ्रॉम दीज टॉपिक्स, तो आप वो देख सकते हो। ठीक है, अदरवाइज आपका कोई पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक के लिए वीडियो चाहिए हो तो आप हमारे कमेंट बॉक्स में मेंशन कर सकते हो, हम उसकी वीडियो भी अपलोड कर देंगे अगर वो चैनल पे नहीं है। ठीक है, तो ये 3 चीजें हैं जो मास ट्रांसफर में सबसे ज्यादा मस्ट है। ठीक है, कुछ और आपको ना पता पर ये 3 चीजें जरूर पता होनी चाहिए। इसके अलावा बेसिक्स क्लियर होने चाहिए, डिफ्यूजन क्या होता है, कन्वेक्टिव मास ट्रांसफर क्या होता है, एंड यस द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट इन एंटायर इंटरव्यू सेशन इज द डायमेंशनलेस नंबर्स from each and every subject, from mass transfer even। ठीक है, डायमेंशनलेस नंबर सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है क्योंकि सबसे ज्यादा क्वेश्चन इसी से रिलेटेड पूछे जाते हैं हर इंटरव्यू में। अगर 4 बच्चों का इंटरव्यू आए तो कम से कम 2 बच्चों से कोई ना कोई डायमेंशनलेस नंबर, कम से कम एक डायमेंशनलेस नंबर जरूर पूछा गया होगा, ये फैक्ट है। ठीक है, दैट इज द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट। तो ये मास ट्रांसफर है। थर्मोडायनेमिक्स में फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स, एप्लीकेशन ऑफ इंटरनल एनर्जी। सेकंड लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स, कार्नोट साइकिल, रिवर्स कार्नोट साइकिल, हीट पंप, हीट इंजन एंड रेफ्रिजरेशन साइकिल, ये आपको क्लियर होना चाहिए। प्लस मैक्सवेल रिलेशंस, जो थर्मोडायनेमिक प्रॉपर्टी रिलेशंस आते हैं, इसमें मैक्सवेल रिलेशन आता है जिसके ऊपर इस बार एक क्वेश्चन भी आया था अल्फा बीटा वाला। ठीक है, प्लस TDS इक्वेशन जो है वो आपको क्लियर होनी चाहिए। एंड मैं लिख भी देता हूँ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स के लिए, फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स, सेकंड लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स, जिसमें आपका दोनों स्टेटमेंट, केल्विन प्लैंक स्टेटमेंट और क्लॉसियस स्टेटमेंट क्लियर होने चाहिए। प्लस कार्नोट इंजन, जिसमें आपका हीट इंजन, हीट पंप ये सब आ जाता है। हीट पंप में आपका रेफ्रिजरेटर एंड हीट पंप दोनों आ जाते हैं आपके। ठीक है, और रिवर्स कार्नोट साइकिल को वैसे हीट पंप में ही आ गया। इसके अलावा आपका थर्मोडायनेमिक रिलेशंस आपको क्लियर होने चाहिए, जिसमें मैक्सवेल सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है, TDS इक्वेशन सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है। ठीक है, फ्रॉम बेसिक थर्मोडायनेमिक्स पार्ट एंड ऑब्वियसली ऑल थर्मोडायनेमिक प्रॉपर्टीज एंड देयर फिजिकल सिग्निफिकेंस। ठीक है, if you can learn them with practical examples, daily life example, that would be better। okay, इसमें सभी प्रॉपर्टीज आ जाती हैं, टेम्परेचर, प्रेशर, वॉल्यूम, एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर 101.325 किलोपास्कल क्यों होता है, कैसे पता चला ये वैल्यू, ये सब टाइप के क्वेश्चन आपके पास होने चाहिए। ठीक है, इसके अलावा प्योर सब्सटेंस, ये क्वेश्चंस, ये टॉपिक आपके मस्ट है। सॉल्यूशन थर्मोडायनेमिक्स में इतने क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछे जाते हैं, उसमें आप अगर सॉल्यूशन थर्मोडायनेमिक्स की जो प्रॉपर्टी है और उनके सिग्निफिकेंस आपने पढ़ लिया, दैट इज मोर देन इनफ। ओके, ये मस्ट चीज है जो करनी है। इसके अलावा आपके पास एक्स्ट्रा टाइम है तो आप बाकी का पार्ट भी करोगे ऑब्वियसली, बिकॉज इन इंटरव्यू यू नेवर नो व्हाट दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क, बट दीज आर द थिंग्स व्हिच ऑल ऑफ यू मस्ट नो बिफोर एंटरिंग इन दैट रूम। Okay, so this is all from my side, guys. If you have any particular doubt regarding the interviews, you can ask. Or one more thing, if you want some more practice questions regarding the interview, जो पहले पूछे गए हैं या जिस टाइप के क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं, तो there is a link in the description of the video. आप उस लिंक पे क्लिक करके अपने आप को रजिस्टर करा सकते हो। We will provide you the questions. Okay, and हम हर इंटरव्यू से पहले मॉक सेशंस रखते हैं, मॉक इंटरव्यू सेशंस रखते हैं, जहाँ पे हमारे एक्सपर्ट पैनल में PSU के लोग होते हैं ऑलरेडी, वो लोग भी हैं संजय सर जैसे, जो 40 साल 50 साल से इंटरव्यू ले रहे हैं यूपीएससी सेशन में, यूपीएससी पैनल में, IAS पैनल में, तो इस टाइप के भी लोग हैं। इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट भी होते हैं तो जो आपकी हेल्प कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, अपार्ट फ्रॉम आवर फैकल्टी मॉक सेशंस, सो उसके लिए आप रजिस्टर कर सकते हो। हमारा ग्रुप है टेलीग्राम का, आप उसे ज्वाइन कर सकते हो। बाकी जो सब्जेक्ट्स हैं लाइक फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स एंड हीट ट्रांसफर, उसके लिए भूषण सर है जो आपकी हेल्प करेंगे. सो थैंक यू गाइस, टेक केयर, बाय.
Thank you, Ankush sir. As Ankush sir said about the interview for BTech project and internship, right? So I am dealing with fluid mechanics, heat transfer, and PDC. So starting with heat transfer. So in heat transfer, the important topics that you are going to study for the interview session, right? They are fins, heat exchanger, boundary layer theory, and dimensionless number, right? These are the main topics from where they can ask you the different types of questions, right? And in fluid mechanics, they are going to ask you about the fluid, what's the definition of fluid, different types of fluid, right? After that, they are going to ask you about dimensionless numbers, right? In fluid mechanics, the main dimensionless number is your Reynolds number as well as Faraday number, where you are going to use Reynolds number and Faraday number, right? After that, they are going to ask you about the Navier-Stokes equation and Bernoulli equation, and after that, they are going to ask you about pumps, different types of pumps, what is cavitation, what is NPSH, right? These are the important topics in fluid mechanics. And after that, they are going to ask you, if you tell these things, they are going to ask you about the viscosity, different types of viscosity, okay, how it affects with changing the temperature, right? And after that, in PDC, they are going to ask you about the controllers, and after that, stability, and from controllers, they can ask you the tuning of the controllers in depth, right? In your BARC interview, in your NPCIL interview, they can ask you about the tuning of controllers, how you tune the controllers, and after that, they are going to ask you about the feed backward controller, feed forward controllers, right? Control schemes, they can ask you, right? The stability of the particular scheme, they are going to ask you. So these are the important topics from where the question can be asked, right? So you have to prepare these topics in fluid mechanics, in heat transfer, right? In your PDC, and in fluid mechanics, you are going to study from here Sengel and heat transfer for Sengel, because in this particular book, you can relate your basic problems with the real life problems, okay? You can easily relate the things that you have studied with the real life problems, right? So they can ask you, let's suppose they can ask you about the one example I can give you. In the hot atmosphere, hot condition, you have cold water bottle, right? So after some time, some droplet occurs over the surface of the water bottle. So what's the phenomena behind this? So you all know about the condensation occurs, okay? Dropwise or filmwise condensation. तो कैसे होती है, आपको कैसे प्रोसेस कैसे हो रहा है, ये सारा आपको बताना होगा. तो मैंने आपको एक पर्टिकुलर थॉट दिया कि ऐसे क्वेश्चंस पुट अप हो सकते हैं, राइट? सो ये इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स हैं जो आपको कवर अप करने हैं. इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट, यू कैन राइट डाउन इन द कमेंट बॉक्स एंड वी विल गोइंग टू रिस्पॉन्ड दिस थिंग. थैंक यू गाइस.